It's 12:02. Okay, I'm 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late. Of course, technical difficulties always happen when you're about to go live. I'm like, is it some type of retrograde going on? Yeah, it's always some type of retrograde. You just have to know how to maneuver. So welcome. Send me in the chat if you're with me live, put live. And if you're watching my replay, just press replay. Just comment replay in the comments so I know that you're watch this. So good day. Yes, so put live if you're watching this live in the comments, and if you're watching the replay, just comment replay. So I am here on live. I'm going to do it 30 minutes, okay? And so I'm starting this new series, and it's called the Reiki Reset. And that's just a prep for my Reiki certification class that's coming in August 22nd through the 24th. It's a whole weekend experience where you get certified, Reiki certified, level 1 and 2. And so I'm like, I have a lot of people asking me questions about what is Reiki, how to use it, do you need, this and that. So I'm like, let me start doing a series to talk about, Reiki, having you guys experience a little bit, because we're going to do some breathing exercises real quick before I get into the tea. And we have some story time today. And so, so the series is called the Reiki Reset, and it's all about Reiki, what is Reiki, why Reiki for health, behavioral, and wellness providers. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Today is pretty much why I'm doing the Reiki certification for health, behavioral, and wellness providers. Now, practitioners. Now, anybody can benefit from Reiki, but because of my background in nursing and a healer, I want to do something for the healers. So I'm a healer of healers. And Reiki has definitely been a tool, modality that helped me with burnout and stress management. And that's what I do as well. I do corporate events, corporate workshops to help employers with their employees who may be, experience some burnout related to stress. And so little tidbit things that I do before, during, and after my shift really help me change my mindset and mind frame emotionally and mentally during, work, the different phases of work, because you have to unplug and de-stress properly after work, and even your mindset before work. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my Reiki, my Gaiatic Reiki, what that means, and all that good stuff during my Reiki reset. So before I get into anything, if you worked with me before, what I like to do, I like to set the table. I like to do a little breathing exercises. And the first most thing I like to do, I'm big on ancestor veneration. So I always give homage to my ancestors before me, those that is connected to my higher self, my highest destiny timeline, to support. I give gratitude because they support, guide us, and protect us on our way. So I already did that. So every day I do a gratitude ritual. And pretty much I find a tree in my house or a tree that I'm connected to, and I pour libations there. And I give gratitude. I say my 5 things I'm gratitude for. So take some time and really, it could be anything. Take some time today. Especially it's noon, it's your lunchtime if you're watching me live. Take some time and write down 5 things that you're grateful for. So me, I'm grateful for my health and wealth, all aspects of my life. I'm grateful for my safety. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the sky. Oh, how I love the sky. And I'm grateful for my intuition because it leads me so. And so on top of that, I like to do the 5 Reiki principles. And the five Reiki principles are things that you say every day to help ground you. And it's just, you focus on just for today. If you just focus on just for today, you don't have to worry about what you did yesterday that you didn't do today, that you got to do today, what you got to do tomorrow. It keeps you present. And so I kind of tailor it to what I want to establish for that day. So I usually say, and we'll learn this in our Reiki certification, is what the real Reiki, but what I say really goes with the traditional Usui Reiki principles. So just for today, I will be slow to anger. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will do good work. Just for today, I will show compassion to myself and others. Just for today, I will be grateful for every living thing. So those are my 5 Reiki principles. And so I say my 5 gratitudes and I say my 5 Reiki principles every day to help ground me and keep me present and in a high vibration, because love and gratitude is the highest vibration there is, right? And so when you keep your mind the highest vibration, you'll attract that high vibration, because energy attracts energy, right? No matter what you believe in, what religion you become, if you're a good person, you'll attract good people, right? If you have someone or something negative in your way, if you're in a high vibration, you can look at it in another way, like a lesson or some. It's easier to get over obstacle that's in your way. Or, if you have somebody negative, they don't want to be, and you're always positive, they don't want to be around you, okay? Because they're not like energy. And so before I talk more and tell you the tea about why I'm doing my Reiki certification, specifically for health, behavioral, and wellness providers. And if you're a caregiver, if you're in leadership, if you even experience stress at your employment, in your job, this certification is for you, because it really helped me. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that story and what brought me to Reiki. And so before I start the tea, I want you to do breathing exercises. I'm going to give you tools, techniques, and things that help me during my shift. When I'm going through, those who do not know me, I've been a nurse for 23 years now. 23 years. And I've had my share of being stressed out during work. And so sometimes you need that pick me up. Coffee does not do anything for me. And I work night shift. So I need to do other tools and modalities to kind of reset my nervous system. So my deep breathing, my cycling deep breathing is the one that really helps me. So what it is you take 4 deep breaths through your nose, you hold it for 7 seconds, and then you do an audible sigh for 8. Now, everybody always skip the audible sigh, but the audible sigh is really the important part, because when you do that audible sigh, like, it moves your energy. It moves that stagnant energy. It moves your chi, right, through your body. So that audible sigh is important. I know you might be at your desk at work. I know people might look at you like you're crazy, but it's not about them. It's about you right now. And so we're going to do 4 cycles of those breaths, right? And so I'm going to ring my bell, and then we're going to get started. Oh, how can I forget? Get out your incense, right? Get out your sage, your Palo Santo, whatever you have, your candle, whatever you have. And let's set the mood. How can I forget about this? Come on, y'all. You gotta remind me. Set your incense. And then I'm gonna ring my bell, and we're gonna do the breathing exercises. Okay, take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold. Audible sigh. In. Hold. Audible sigh. In. Hold. Audible sigh. One more time. In. Hold. Audible sigh. There you go. How do you guys feel? How did you guys feel? Didn't that feel good? Okay, so that is a technique you can do when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling that knot in your shoulders, when you feel like you're gonna crash out on someone, go in the bathroom, or put your notification as you're unavailable and do the deep breathing. So that concludes that. All right, so let me take a sip of my water. Get out your tea, get out your water, get out your herbal lemonade like I like to make. Because let's talk. All right, so let me start by saying that I did not leave the healthcare field, okay? I did not leave the healthcare field. I know I travel a lot, I do a lot of things, and I'm really big on taking sabbaticals. Okay, I've left the industry of nursing for 5 years one time. I left the industry of nursing for 1 year to travel to Mexico, to Egypt, to Africa. I'm big on sabbaticals. But sometimes you cannot take a sabbatical. You need something, a tool or something to support you through your everyday life and through your working life. And so I'm going to talk about my Reiki experience. So like I said, I've been a nurse for about 23 years. I started when I was 21. Y'all do the math. So for 23 years, and I was stressed out. I started as a med-surg adult nurse on the unit. Med-surg, if you don't med-surg, is highly stressful. And then I went on to pediatrics. And it's the point where I had 5 patients, 7 patients, 8 patients. So, the stress was real. So I loved my job. I loved the people I worked with. But I got to the point in my career, I think like year 5 to 7 in, I got to a point in my career when I was just like absolutely just hating it. Before I even went to work, the next day I would be so stressed, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't know where to go. Put a 2 in the chat if you've been there. Put a 2 in the chat if you've been there, where it's like the day before work and you like dreading it, and you're like, I don't want to go to work. Or you wake up in the morning like, oh my God, I have to do that again. Do I have a headache? I do have a headache. So I was just stressed out. And I mean, it was just a really high stress level environment that I was in. And I would feel like aches and pains. My blood pressure would go up. My sciatica, I developed sciatica, anxiety, like slightly depression from all of this. And it's like, oh my God, I know I'm stressed, but dang, like this. And I found out, I always knew I was an empath, right? But I thought I was crazy. I didn't know what it meant. I knew that being an empath meant that I felt other people's energy. I could feel people's energy, whether they are sad, mad, happy, glad. I'm the person that says like, what's wrong with you? And you tell me, oh, nothing. I know you're lying. I know you're lying because I can feel it. I think maybe it's the cancer in me. I don't know. Most people that's in healthcare or a caregiver position are empaths. Like a lot of us are. And that really guided me to what I'm doing now. So I'm on the floor, just stressed out, putting it 2 in the chat if you guys experience stress like this at your workplace. And so I'm stressing out. And like I said, I started feeling aching pains, headaches and everything. And I came along this book called The Evolutionary Empath. And I always talk about this book. And this book, the first thing it said is like, you're not crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I really felt seen and identified with what I was going through. I was taking on people's energy, patients, other nurses, staff, people are just high stressed. And I was feeling that. And so I learned how to protect my energy, how to guard myself, a little bit more about being an empath, and I just need to be mindful of that. And so that was me starting the journey of being a Reiki practitioner, slightly, right? I'm feeling people's energy. I need to protect myself and also protect myself and to help other people as well, right? Because I'm a nurse, I work with my hands, and we have the therapeutic touch, or we say we have the therapeutic touch. So of course, I'm healing through my hands. And so this book, The Evolutionary Empath, really helped me. So I always bring it up. So if you identify with being an empath, get this book. Okay? Get that book. And so another thing that was happening is that my hands started burning. I would touch my eyes. I don't know what it was, my oils, or my hands started burning. And normally my hands are cold. And somebody told me that means I have a warm heart, right? And one of my patients told me that. But my hands started burning. And not long after that, somebody prayed over me, prophesied over me. She knows who she is. And was like, you have healing hands. You really have healing hands. And I'm like, healing hands? What's she talking about? And she just prayed for me and said, yes, you have healing hands. And so I've always heard Reiki. I knew it was an energy modality. I knew about the chakras and about the chakras being the energy center in your body. I knew enough that I was curious, and so I wanted to be a Reiki practitioner. And y'all, it took me, no lie, 5 years to take a Reiki certification class. 5 years. 2020, I took my Reiki certification class to be an energy healer, and it changed my life. That burning my hands when I do Reiki, I feel the pressure in my hands. It's like something just ignited in my hands. And for those who, let me ask the chat, for those who put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of Reiki before, and put a 2 in the chat if you have never heard of Reiki before. So 1, if you heard of Reiki, experience it, you heard of it. And then 2, if you've never heard of Reiki before. So I just want to know the temperature in the room. So Reiki is a Japanese, I'll tell you a little bit. So Reiki is a Japanese modality that is a premise of there's positive energy all around us, right? There's energy in our brain, there's energy in our heart, there's meridians that flows throughout our nervous system, right? There's energy all around us. And so what Reiki is, Reiki is short for, it means universal life energy. And so as a Reiki practitioner, I act as a conduit, like a funnel, to guide that positive energy to a person, place, or thing, or even time, because time is irrelevance. Like if you think of the happiest day of your life, it will bring you to laughter. It will bring you to tears. That means you are able to connect emotionally with that time, right? With that situation. So hence, time is of the essence. I could bring and give Reiki to a past, present, and future time. So that's what Reiki is. It's just focusing the positive energy that's already around us to help relax your nervous system. And that's how I use it in a clinical setting. And we're going to get there because I do Reiki volunteer at the Children's Hospital. So I became Reiki certified, and I was able to do many things with Reiki. When I'm at work, I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing the day. No, I'm not stressing the day because of Reiki. It helped me understand the energetics of the body and the universal life force and that surrounds us and the force that dwells in us. It also gave me a modality that I can interconnect with my healing work as a nurse and as well as myself. So because of Reiki, there's no risk, and I'm able to provide Reiki as a volunteer to patients and families and staff, and everybody loves it. I have little kids, 5 years old, asking for me for a Reiki session after they do a Reiki session, because what it does, it allows your nervous system to settle, to calm down, that the body can do what it do best, right? Is heal itself, is rejuvenate itself. And so when you receive Reiki, you will have things that might come up mentally, emotionally. It will make you feel more calm, sleepy. I have people that sleep on me during Reiki session. And I also do Reiki sessions not only in person, but I do it distally as well. So I do it online. And so, yeah, Reiki just changed my outlook, and it just changed me. It calms me down. I'm not crashing out like they said. And I'm not taking on anybody's energy, because different self-care rituals that I do and how I utilize Reiki in order for me to reset my nervous system. And so basically, I kind of said at the beginning, but I also do corporate wellness by doing my burnout reset workshop. And that's for organizations who wants to increase their employee retention by focusing on the mental and emotional health to their staff. And so I teach how and why your nervous system goes out of whack, how to take it into a sympathetic nervous system reaction to a parasympathetic nervous system reaction. And I also talk more in depth about Reiki. So my Gaiatic Reiki is different, and how it's different is that it teaches not only nurses, but other medical and behavioral and wellness professionals, practitioners. If you're a caregiver, if you're caring for someone, you can benefit from my Reiki, because I talk about stress management, burnout, how to use Reiki, the symbols, the history about Reiki. You'll be certified Reiki 1 and 2, level 1 and 2. The different levels of Reiki is level 1 is teach yourself, heal yourself. So you learn how to do self-Reiki, and I do it every day. Or try to do every day, right? And then level 2 is heal yourself and others. So you will be able to do Reiki on yourself, your family, friends. If you're in a clinical setting, if you are a therapist, if you are a nurse, if you are a CNA, if you are an administration, if you're helping others, you could definitely use Reiki. You could use Reiki on water because it tastes different. I use my food. When you pray before you eat, I give Reiki to my food because it tastes different. All my herbal tinctures, my scrubs, all that, it's Reiki infused because it's different. And so you learn all those things. And as well, I'm an herbalist. I'm in an apprenticeship, herbalism apprenticeship, right? That focuses on African traditional, Haitian traditional herbs, as well as Galikichi herbs. So I put Reiki on all my herbal tinctures and everything. So in Gaiatic Reiki is a combination of everything. Is you being certified on Reiki level 1 and 2, is you learning how to use Reiki for stress management, for burnout, work-related burnout, and also just burnout from your everyday. Because we're going to do together is the workshop. I'm just not going to be lecturing. It's a workshop. We're going to learn how to do different herbal concoctions, say teas or tinctures, whatever the cohort wants to do. And also, I'm thinking about I just made my own pendulum. Sometimes we use pendulum to assess the chakras. And so I just made my first pendulum, and I love pendulums. I made 2, and it was so much fun. So I might add that to the certification class, our hands-on workshop, if the cohort wants it. So I'm so excited about Gaiatic Reiki level 1 and 2. And like I said, it's gonna be different than it's gonna be different than any Reiki class that you've taken. And if you've taken Reiki before, level 1 and 2, go ahead and take my class because it's going to be fun. Whoever knows me. I like to have fun and not boring. And it's going to be a workshop we actually do a hands-on thing. I want you to experience Reiki itself. If you never had a Reiki experience or a Reiki session, you can book a Reiki session with me. It's called Gaiatic Reiki Experience because it is an experience. We do a little deep breathing. I do divination. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, we get into it. And then I also give you some recommendations, some herbal recommendations that you can do. So I'm into scrubs, baths, teas, all of that. So that is the tea. That's a little bit about what got me into Reiki, my background, about my class. It's going to be August 22nd through the 24th. It's going to be a whole weekend. Friday, we start at 6 p.m. and then on Sunday. So we have, it's going to be jam-packed. I'm so excited. It's going to be jam-packed. And then later on, I will release Reiki 3, Gaiatic Reiki 3, where you get to learn to be a practitioner. I don't know if I said that. So level 3 is teach others, right? So level 1 Reiki is heal thyself. Level 2 is heal thyself and others. And level 3 is you can be a practitioner. You can teach other people how to do Reiki. And my goal is to have an army of Gaiatic nurses. And nurses mean Gaia is Mother Earth, right? So as you can tell, I love herbs. I love dealing with the earth elements like fire, earth, water, air. I love to work with the natural elements, so Gaiatic. And then nursing, I'm a nurse, and nursing means just caring for others and yourself. So that's why I have my business called Gaiatic Nursing LLC. And if you want to take my class, Gaiatic Reiki Level 1 and 2, you can go to gaiaticnursing.com. And Gaiatic is GAIATIC nursing.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. You can go there. And also if you're, of course it's Instagram, right? Instagram, you can click the link in my bio. So I'm going to put it in the comments. It's Gaiatic nursing.com. And autocorrect is always messing everybody up. Okay, so y'all got it. So it's GaiaticNursing.com. And I can't wait to see y'all. And the certification is going to be so much fun. We're going to be doing things. We're going to be learning about Reiki, how to utilize Reiki for yourself and others. We're going to be doing Reiki on each other. We can do, and like I said, it's virtually. The class is virtual, right? Because I'm in South Carolina and I have people all over the world, actually. So anybody could join in, and it's going to be so much fun. So Gaiatic Reiki Level 1 and 2, August 22nd. And you can click the link, go to gaiaticnursing.com, and you can look at more information, sign up, and see what's included, even though I already told y'all, but you can see what's included. And so this is the first part. This is the first live in the Reiki Reset, and I'm going to do a little bit more of this. I'm doing this in preparation for my Gaiatic Reiki Certification class, Level 1 and 2, and to answer some of your questions about Reiki and tell you a little bit about what it is, the benefits of it, all your questions. So if you have more questions about Reiki or the class, you guys can shoot me a DM, or you can send an email at contact@gaiaticnursing.com. So it's 12:30, y'all. And don't forget, use the breathing exercise if you are having some stressful situations, if you need to woosah. I'm big on breathing because that just moves the chi within your body, your energy within your body. And so, yeah, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you Monday, same time, same place. Bring your wine, bring incense, and we out. Good day, everyone.